Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Purpose Box, the podcast where we unpack what it really looks like to live, build, and move through life on purpose. Whether you're navigating faith, business, or identity, this is your space to hear honest stories, bold truth, and encouragement for the road ahead. Because when you're called to more, you can't afford to play small. Okay, friends. Let's talk about the habit that changed everything for me. Now, when people think about building a multiple six-figure brand, they expect a big strategy or some dramatic moment where everything clicks. But for me, it came down to one very unglamorous habit that most people overlook. And that is, I started treating my business like a client. Yep, that's it. I put it on my schedule. I gave it deadlines. I treated it with the same respect I give to paying clients. Now, before that shift, my business was kind of floating in the background. I'd pour into everyone else's project, design their sites, build their brand, handle their launches. But when it came to my own offers, my own systems, my own visibility, I'd push it off. I'd tell myself I'd get to it later. But spoiler alert, later rarely came. So, what changed? So, I had a moment where I realized if I kept waiting until I had time, my brand will never grow beyond whatever capacity my clients allow. Now, let me say that slowly. If I kept waiting until I had time, my brand will never grow beyond whatever capacity my clients allow. And friends, that hit me because I didn't start this to stay capped. I didn't build this to live on standby. And so here is what I did. I literally created a calendar block. Like if you were to go on my Google calendar, I have a time set for me to just focus in on CEO time. And I would literally treat it like I would any of my clients. I would have a delivery deadline. I would have no rescheduling, no excuses. Now, inside that time, I did three main things. Number one, I reviewed what's working and what's not. I looked at numbers, I looked at my offers, I looked at my engagement. I just evaluated it all. Because if you don't know what's working and what's not, you won't know if you're growing or not, and you will not know what direction to take. Number two, I worked on the business, not just in it. And what does that look like for me? That looks like updating my own website, creating new content, refining orders, and just keeping up. Literally, especially because I'm a brand designer, my stuff has to look on point, just like I'm making my clients' things looks on point. And so, how can you lead someone somewhere, at a place that you've never been. And so that's how I shifted in that particular area. And point number three, I made one strategic move each week. In my business, that looked like, launching a new template, writing an email, or updating a workflow. Now, this may sound super simple, I know, but the consistency of this one habit, it changed how I saw myself. Because before that, I was acting like a service provider. After that, I started thinking like a founder, and the results followed. I had more clarity, I have more aligned clients, I have more ease with launches, and literally just overall more ownership. So here's a question for you. Are you treating your business like something you're building or something you're babysitting? Oof. I had to ask myself that too. So don't feel any way if that hurt. Because here's the thing, if it's truly your vision, if it's truly your calling and your assignment, then it deserves more than leftover time and secondhand energy, literally. And now I know, making progress in your business, you think you may have to make one big leap. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be a 10-hour week. It might start with just 30 minutes. But it's the decision to treat your business like it matters that shifts how you show up for it. And when you show up different, everything else starts aligning. And so here is your takeaway today. Ask yourself, what's one thing you've been putting off that your future self will thank you for doing this week? Write it down, schedule it like a non negotiable, and treat that time like a paid appointment with your legacy because it is. And so, if this resonated with you, send it to a friend who's building something quietly but powerfully. You don't need more hype. You need more builders who show up with discipline and heart. And if you want more behind the scenes of what it really looks like to grow a purpose led business, make sure you subscribe to Purpose Box. New episodes drop regularly. But until next time, keep building, keep showing up, and remember, what you store today shapes what you'll step into tomorrow.